TreeRunner West Bloomfield. It's a park that features 20 obstacle trails ranging from beginner level to expert level, ensuring a challenge for every skill level. And it's usually open seasonally, typically from spring through fall. Well, it is a springtime, so what can we expect from TreeRunner West Bloomfield this season? With me right here live on the splash is Assistant General Manager for TreeRunner Park West Bloomfield, Luke Weller. Thank you for being here.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Appreciate you. So let's start off by talking about the park from a perspective of someone who's never been there. Can you walk us through the design process for the courses and zip lines?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you haven't ever been to, we call ourselves an adventure park. It's kind of like my simplest explanation for it is an obstacle course, but in the trees. So you're way up in the air. You have a bunch of like tunnels that you can crawl through, a bunch of tight ropes that you can walk across. And the way that it works is we get you in a harness when you get there, and you have these two really, really cool clips that you climb with the entire time. And what's so cool about them is that they never, ever let go, like the entire time you're climbing. So you know that you're all wrapped in while you're up there. You're all secure, so you can hop across things. You can take different challenges. You can do whatever you like up there, and you're always attached is what we say. So it's kind of how it works. Doesn't matter how high you are, you're fully attached.
Oh, my goodness. I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, you say like an obstacle course, but in the trees. And I'm just thinking like, dangerous immediately. So how do you balance this thrill with safety at the same time?
Well, I mean, it's not dangerous at all, really, because you're always attached, like kind of what I said. So I mean, you're high up in the air, but you have just like the distance of your clips is like as far as you're ever going to get from that zip line, or as far as you're ever going to get from that tree there. So there's not very far you actually can go. It feels like you're really high in the air, but and I guess you are really high in the air, but you're not going to go anywhere at all.
Okay. And I know that you all provide safety classes in regards to it as well, safety training. So just wanted to paint that as the context as well. So we talked about it from a perspective of people who may have never been there. For the people who've been there, what new features or programs can Greater West Bloomfield visitors look forward to this current season?
That's a really good question. So I think the biggest thing that we're currently working on is we're completely revamping our mini golf, which is something else that we do have. We have more than just climbing. We have our mini golf there. We have something called gem mining too, which is like a bunch of rocks that you get from underneath like a little water path. You can wash away the dirt and you can find a bunch of cool rocks. But back to the mini golf, we're completely revamping it this year. So it's getting like a lot bigger. It's going all the way from the front to the back of the park, and all the courses are longer. So that's something we're currently working on. We're hoping to have it open by the summer. I think that's like what I'm most excited for, at least, quite honestly. If you've been here in the past, though, we have added a few zip lines to a handful of our courses, so they're kind of hitting out there. Cool. But we do have some more zip lines that you can do. There's a whole zip escape too, actually, that we added onto one of our harder courses. So if you're like halfway through that one, you're like, I don't know if I want to continue doing this one, you can take like 5 zip lines all the way to the ground. So a ton of new ones there. And if you haven't been here last season, we have a couple new things from then. We have a whole zip course that you can do. So that goes way from the front all the way to the back of the park. A ton of very long zip lines, very fast ones there. And we have a bunch of new, like, smaller courses to the ground. So if you're just starting off, we have some new purple courses that you can do. Those are really close to the ground, a nice way to step in if you haven't really done this too often. And for our super duper young climbers, we have a junior park. So it's all like little mini zip lines, super designed young for young kids. And we have a new one of those too. So that was, so far in the past year, been very, very loved by a lot of the guests that come in. They say that they really like it. It's called Rainbow Road.
Nice. All right. And I love that you have it for all ages, like we said, skill levels and things of that nature. It makes the park that much volatile and welcoming as well. And joining me right here again from TreeRunner Park West Bloomfield, Assistant General Manager Luke Weller, just talking about the new season, things we can expect from TreeRunner Park and West Bloomfield. So I want to speak on it from the perspective of maybe a group of people coming together. Maybe they all work together. Maybe they're in some type of organization, and they choose to come to TreeRunner Park. Why is TreeRunner Park a great option for these community work groups, teams, or social clubs to build camaraderie?
Ooh, okay, so I think it's a really great option because a lot of times this brings out so much teamwork in the folks that come here because we're all overcoming really unique challenges when we're here. Like a lot of times when people come in, they've never done anything like this. And people get up in the trees, and that sometimes they're a little bit more worried than they expect to be. And you have all your friends and all your teammates there to root you on while you're climbing in the team in the trees. So I've seen people like who show up here and they're not really talking too much when they first get here, and by the end of the time they're like, come on, you can do that, just do like one more leap, you've done the whole thing so far. So they're really supporting each other the whole way through. I've seen it with families as well. I've had people come up to me and be like, my two sons, they like haven't ever really been that close to each other, and they just a whole different side of them by the end of this. So it really brings out a different thing when you're working through these obstacles and these challenges together. And specifically for groups, we actually do offer team building opportunities for them. So if you reach out to us and you're like, hey, we have a group, we're looking to come overcome this challenge or learn this skill, we'll cater an opportunity for you that is hopefully going to tackle those skills and those challenges. We'll make like little activities for you on the ground and in the trees that you can work on together as a group and, I don't know, kind of grow those strengths together.
Nice. It's just like being in a gym. You go to a gym with somebody that's your partner. They kind of cheer you on. They kind of give you that motivation as well. So I can see this being the same at the TreeRunner Park. And kind of bringing that together, I want to just talk about the fact that Oakland County in general, but West Bloomfield, our residents are known to be within walking distance or a short drive to somewhere that can actually have some physical activity, a park, a gym, things of that nature. In what ways has TreeRunner contributed to the outdoor recreation and healthy lifestyles amongst West Bloomfield residents?
Yeah, so it was interesting that you mentioned like gyms and stuff in your last answer, because I feel like this is kind of like a secret workout. A lot of people don't realize it when they come here. They're just like, well, yeah, it's just fun. We're just going to do a little bit of climbing in the trees. But by the time you leave, you can really feel it like in your arms and in your legs and in your core a little bit too. So like it's just so much more movement than people expect to. And we actually have a number of regular guests who come here over going to a gym for the regular workouts, which I think is so much fun. But yeah, so it's a really great way to get yourself. If you just want to climb by yourself, you can see yourself grow and like go from just like the blue ones. Those are like some of our like harder middle courses. Those ones are kind of challenging. Maybe by the end of the season, we're doing our double black, like no problem at all. So seeing that growth here, and as a family too, getting the family a little bit out of the house, on their feet, away from screens possibly, and just getting a little more active as a group together.
Oh, yeah, I like that. I would imagine that it's some type of, because it's a little bit physical and you got to get out there and do some climbing and zip lining. I imagine there's a workout associated with it as well. Luke, appreciate your time so much. Any additional information that you want to give out to local residents watching who may have some interest in TreeRunner?
Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize we were like so close with our time, but can kind of mention our season is open right now. So right now we're mostly open on weekends only. But once we hit June and all the way through August, we'll be open 7 days a week. So feel free to come in, climb whenever you'd like. Once we get back to the fall, we'll be open for weekends all the way through November, actually. We have special events all through the season, so we'll be doing themed glow nights. We'll be doing Halloween all the way out in October. So if you're looking for a special event, feel free to check out our website. It's TreeRunnerWestBloomfield.com, and you'll find a lot of information there as well.
Yes. Oh, man, and I'm looking to get out there too, Luke, so I'll be looking for you to help me out there.
For sure. Well, we're happy to welcome you whenever you'd like to come in.
Perfect, perfect. Once again, Assistant General Manager for TreeRunner West Bloomfield, Luke Weller. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.